number 5 of 12 Spanish dances by Granados. Written in 1890 when Granados was 23 or 24, very much in the traditional nationalist Spanish style. It's often performed on the guitar. You can hear the plucked Spanish guitar character with the little, very Spanish. It's written in 6/8 time with occasional accents on the 2nd or the 5th quaver of each bar. There. A bit like a saraband, which is in 3 beats in a bar, and the 2nd beat has a slight emphasis each time. I think when learning this piece there are 2 particular issues to bear in mind. One is voicing and the other is rubato. So voicing, the piece is written mostly in 3 voices, and as always in a piece that's written in several voices, do make sure you practice each voice separately. Practice the bass voice, practice the middle voice all the way through, practice the soprano line all the way through. Practice any 2 voices all the way through. The bass line, we want it to have lots of character. We want it to be very rhythmic, we want it to be well articulated. All of this. To the bass on its own. Then we've got the middle voices, the middle line, which has these offbeat repeated chords. All of these ones. They need to be quite soft, they need to be very short. I like to keep the fingers close to the keys for soft sounds. The more we lift them, the stronger the sound is going to be. I like to stroke with my fingers to get them very short. So practice keeping the fingers close, keeping them just stroking, making tiny little soft sounds. And then of course lots of character to the soprano line, the vocal line. It's very Spanish, it's very Mediterranean. It needs to be quite flexible. So practice the soprano line all on its own, and then practice any 2 voices on their own, you know, just the inside, the bottom, the bass and the middle, but no top line, or just the bass and the top line, or just the 2 top lines. The piece is written in E minor, and the middle section is in the tonic major, E major. But before we get to the middle section, there's a beautiful touch of E major. We've been very much in E minor. This is bar 16, 17, 18. We're in E minor. And then what happens? And those little grace notes take lots of time. Don't rush them. It's not a... we want... really make a thing of that beautiful G sharp. And then we stay in E major for a bit, and then we go back into E minor, and then we get the central section, which is in E major. The central section, again, voicing the top line. How can we sing those top notes? We need to lift those fingers more. Lift the fingers for a stronger sound. If you can, lean your hand that way. Lean the hand to the top so that those sounds will come out bigger. Watch these top fingers. Listen for the sounds that you're going to make. Keep the other fingers very close to the keys. But lift the fingers that need to sing more. Of course, this melody is very similar to what we've had at the beginning in the minor. And then it does this. And then in the E major, we just have that bit. And then we get sequences. No, sorry. And then another sequence. It starts a note down again. Be very flexible about the tempo and musical about the dynamics. But at the same time, you must be able to play absolutely metronomically. Put the metronome on and be able to play it absolutely strictly there. And then use your instinct to be musical about playing a little faster here, a little slower here. I recommend listening to lots of different performances of this piece, perhaps sometimes miming along at the piano so that you can feel what they're doing, getting a bit faster here, getting a little bit slower here. One thing you might like to do, the middle section, when it is repeated at bar 47, you might like to add the una corda pedal. The first time, perhaps no una corda pedal, and it's got a slightly brighter sound. And then on the repeat, you could put the una corda down, still play softer with your fingers if you'd like a softer sound, but listen, it's more muted. Lift the una corda, have tricorder at that stage. You decide how you want to do it. I hope you'll enjoy studying this wonderful piece.